Okay, hey friends, thanks for joining me for another video. Today we're going to do the get ready with me that you guys have been asking me to do for I don't know how long. And I've got all my TEMU brushes, tools, and all my TEMU makeup here ready to go. And yeah, there's going to be very little here that's not TEMU that's going to go on my face. But since I hate the way I look without makeup and I would not even walk outside to check the mail like this, we're going to get on it. Okay guys, I always start with my eyes. And by the way, I have my skincare and my eyeshadow primer on, which is why my eyes look so white up here. It's because of skincare. But I always start with my eyes because I have to put on my makeup left-handed. I've explained that before. And so it makes it extra messy. And so I always have to clean up afterwards and then do the rest of my face. So we're gonna get started here. Hopefully I don't have too much trouble finding all my brushes. They're all piled in here. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start off with this shade called Hypnotic right here. This really light shade, just to make sure that my eyeshadow base is set. You know, just to go over it and make sure everything's smooth and not sticky. Just a light coat. We don't need cracks, crevices, creases, anything like that. We want a smooth palette here. And guys, I've been trying to get with my friend Lisa from It's Me Lisa. She's used to doing Get Ready With Me. She's not as much of a chicken as I am. And we've been trying to get together and come up with some questions to answer while we do this. And she ended up coming up with some questions, but she didn't get them to me in time for me to film this. So I'm just gonna sort of answer things that I've seen you ask in the comments here and there on Instagram and on YouTube. Where's another fluffy brush here? This is another one of my favorite fluffy brushes. This is TEMU. This is from ages ago when I first started shopping on TEMU, probably almost 2 years ago now. And it was a Bobbi Brown dupe. And it's one of my all-time favorite brushes. It's so fluffy. It's perfect for the crease. So anyway, I'm just gonna, since she never did get with me with her questions, I'm just gonna answer some. So, all right, next I'm going in for my transition shade is gonna be this medium brownie peach called Rough. Oh, and this is the Huda Naughty palette dupe that I hauled a while ago. Okay, so all you do is just do your little windshield motion. And just get that crease started. Go in with it over here. And get something going. Okay, and guys, I'm gonna, since I really don't know how to edit, I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can. Okay. This is a good brush. Okay, guys, the way I do my eyes is probably unlike anybody else you've ever seen because I have to do it left-handed. I'm gonna go in with the color Arouse right here, this darker peach, and put it right here. Just draw like a stripe in, and then sort of get it started in the crease. Like do a stripe, and then move it into the crease. And I go back and forth between eyes so I keep them even. I've seen a lot of makeup gurus, they are able to just do one eye completely and then go in and do the other eye exactly the same. I can't do that, I'm not that good. So I have to watch them and make sure they're matching as I go along. So we're taking that color in there. See how we're getting our crease going? Stripe, and then just carry it on in. And see, I can see right now this side is darker, so I'm gonna go in and add a little bit more over here and take it into the crease. Okay, now I think I'm gonna take, what other brush can we take here? Here's another little small brush. I'm gonna darken up this outer corner a little bit with Spicy. We just want to make it a bit darker so we can create a gradient. Okay, spicy. We're gonna put you over here. I'm gonna take you in on top with a little stripe. And we're matching. Now this one I'm not taking into the crease because it's so dark. This is just gonna be the outside. And I pretty much make a wide stripe all the way up to the, like the outer corner of my brow. Okay, then to create a gradient, I'll wipe this off on a little paper towel here. Let me see. Okay, then I'm gonna go in, let's see, what can I go in with next? I should have thought this through better. Okay, I'm gonna go in with, let's see what this provocative looks like. Yeah, that's gonna give us some shine, but it's not a whole lot different from our outer corner shade. I'm just making another line after the first line on both sides. This one is a bit more of a coppery color than the first shade we had on. Let's see. All right, see how I created that copper line next to that first line? Guys, this is all gonna make sense in the end. But this is more coppery and this was more, you'll see. This is all gonna work out in the wash, I hope. It's all gonna come out in the wash. I should have brought more paper towels in here. I've got my face white, so I should have brought more just regular paper towels. Okay, now we're gonna take Flower Power. This sort of marbled shade right here. And put it on the inside. So we've basically got like 3 stripes going. Okay. Oh, I need to start answering questions, duh. Okay, y'all have asked me a lot about makeup and how I got into it and why I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a makeup artist because I'm not good enough at makeup to be a makeup artist. I like to do other people's makeup. When I was a teenager, I would work on all my friends' faces on the occasion that they would let me. And, okay, see how we have like 3 stripes going here? Okay. Yeah, I would work on my friends' faces, and then I got a job in my early 20s as a Lancome, or Lancome if you want to sound sophisticated, counter manager at Belk, which is a chain we have here in the South. And the store and the mall that I used to work at and in is no longer even in existence. They, like when malls started going out of popularity, like in the 80s and 90s, in about 1985, I would say the mall that I was working at, like, everybody was let go from all the stores that were left. A lot of the stores had closed up. You know how malls are kind of going that way now. The ones that are still left now, open air shopping and big shopping centers, you know, where you can pull up and park at the store you want to go into or the thing. So that mall was torn down, and now there's like a huge open air shopping center where it once was, and it's a whole lot more available, a lot of restaurants, a lot of cool things. It's a really cool area now. So yeah, but yeah, so I worked in makeup, and when I was a Lancome counter manager, I would go to classes and they would give us some free product, new stuff that was coming out so we could try it and talk to customers about it. And we had a few classes on how to put on makeup, but I mostly just self-taught from playing on myself, you know, playing on my own face for, I guess, 40 years now, because I'm 55, and I was probably regularly wearing makeup to school by the time I was 15. My mother didn't care what I did. She didn't care what I did. And she was a makeup wearer too, as was her, she has 2 sisters, but her next youngest sister, which is 2 years younger, was really into makeup. And she did my makeup when I got married the first time to the dad of my kids. And yeah, so she taught me a lot too. She was wearing fake eyelashes in the 80s and 90s before fake eyelashes were like a big thing. I mean, she was like before her time makeup wise. Okay, but we've got our 3 stripes here. So what we're gonna do is go to the top here and just start kind of blending them together. And, but I just don't feel comfortable, y'all, touching people, especially now as I've gotten older. I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing makeup on people. Like if I worked somewhere like Ulta or Sephora, I would not want to be one of the people that was like a brand rep and had to do like prom makeup and stuff like that. I would just not feel comfortable doing that. Okay, now that we've blended all up around, we're going to kind of start blending it out. Gently, like blending our stripes out. And guys, this won't end up looking right because I'm nervous. But yeah, so that's that. I love doing makeup on myself. Wouldn't mind doing it on a friend or relative, but would not feel comfortable doing it like as a public job. Okay, so we're about there. It looks like it's coming together okay. Let's see. Let me see what we can do here. And see how I've got it underneath the eye? That's what I'm talking about. I'm always so messy. I have to go in and clean up and then put mascara on. Let me see if there's anything we could add to this. Let me take the shade Irresistible and see what it would look like kind of thrown in here. Just to give some shine and blend a little bit. Yeah, but dark shades, they don't worry me at all. Yeah, this dark, let's see. And what I should have done before I did that inner color, that inner lighter color, was hit with some setting spray to make it show up better. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. And guys, I don't have a TEMU setting spray yet, but I'm trying to use up this e.l.f. spray that I've had for a while. I would not recommend this for an all over, you know, setting spray, but for like giving your eyeshadow an extra shine, this definitely works. Okay, let me find another little brush here that I've not messed with. Here's a little small one. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can show you what I mean. Let's see, what does this shade look like? Yeah, I'm gonna go into this shade called Hard. It's another marbled shade, and I'm just gonna spray it and see what happens. Yeah, now I've got a trash can right here I'm spraying over. But that's making the inner corner look a little bit brighter, this shade. And these shadows are very soft, y'all. Let me show you. This color Flower Power I went into, it literally made a hole in it. These shadows are so soft that just like brushing into it with my brush created like a divot, like a hole. Okay, let's see. Let me go back into this hard shade. Spray it again. Go in here, lighten up this inner corner and make it look more like a gradient against the darker shades. Spread it around a little bit more with my finger. And yeah, we have a neutral look. Let me put on some mascara. I think that's all I'm gonna do with that eyeshadow. And y'all, I'm gonna work with some more colorful colors on my next one. I'm gonna pull out a really colorful palette with some hot pinks and bright blues and bright greens and do a look. But I thought for this first time, just to keep it simple, I would just do a neutral look. Let me go up under here with an eye makeup. With a makeup wipe. Okay, and somebody was asking me, yeah, I've got my makeup right here, and I'm just going to clean it up. And that's how you also sharpen your outer. See how that sharpened it up? And these makeup wipes are from Dollar Tree. Y'all, you don't have to use expensive stuff. Yeah, and when you do that, it just makes your look sharper. It'll all make sense in a little bit when we get everything on. I'm gonna wipe my fingers off and then use this paper towel to wipe off. Okay, next I'm gonna do my brows before, well, I'll put on mascara first. And y'all, mascara tends to get really messy, so I'm gonna keep this makeup wipe here. And y'all, this is not TEMU. This is a little travel size of Benefit Fan Fest that is about used up. I'm trying to use it up. I got it in a TEMU, I'm not in a TEMU, an Ipsy bag. Oh, I get my name so confused, my words so confused. Okay, I'm just gonna put on a first coat of this and hope it does not go everywhere. And I hold my eye up so I don't get a bunch of mascara on my bottom lashes because they are so long. And if I think my bottom lashes are longer than my top lashes. I told y'all I am a genetic weirdo. But yeah, when I get it on my bottom lashes, it like smears everywhere and gives me majorly panda eye. But yeah, this is just a good sort of dried out lengthening mascara. Just to start off with. More. And see, it's already smeared on my eyelid, and I'll show you how to get it off in a few. We gotta let it completely dry, and then it'll just come off with a Q-tip. But yeah, if you get any mascara on your eye, just leave it alone, let it dry, and then it'll just flake right off with a Q-tip once everything's dry. I cannot see very well. I'm used to like getting ready. Ooh, this mascara is really dried out. I think this might be the last hurrah off of this mascara. Yeah, I think this is getting ready to, I think that was about the last juice I'm gonna get out of that. So next I'm gonna go in with this dupe of Max Stack that I hauled a while back. It's got like little short rubber bristles. And guys, some of you were asking me about what I'm talking about when I talk about moving. And what I'm talking about is I was married to the dad of my kids for 18 years. And then we split up, and we weren't happy for about 10 of that 18, but we stayed together for the kids. You know, we did that routine. We stayed together until the kids were in high school. And my kids were 14 and 16 when we split. And then Brian, my current husband, came into the picture, and we've been married we've been together 18 years, married for 12, I think. Yeah, because we were together for 6 years before we got married. We just lived together. And yeah, because now our kids, he had kids from his first marriage, and I had two, and all our kids are grown. We're both grandparents now. His daughter has a child, and you know, my son has a little boy. And to explain more, my son moved to Alabama from here in North Carolina with a girl who had family down in Alabama. So he moved down there with her, and he had a crappy job here, and he just wanted to get out of North Carolina and just experience something new, which is why my younger son ended up joining AmeriCorps and moving out west to California, where he stayed for 10 years. And just a couple of years ago, I flew across the country to California to get him. We packed up his car as full of his stuff as we could get it, and then we drove back across the country, back here to North Carolina, where he had gotten a transfer with his company. He was just ready to come back home after 10 years out there. And now my husband's son is out there in California, in Oakland. And anyway, but that's not really of any importance, but anyway, so I've got my first 2 coats of mascara on, and now I'm going to do my brows. And like I said, y'all, these are already my brows. What I do is take this mascara and just go in. I love this mascara. In fact, I need to reorder it. I need to find it again and put it back in my basket. This brow mascara, it's fantastic. This rivals any high-end one that I've ever had. This Hesi, this is a good brow mascara. I love it. Y'all, I feel so shaky. My hands are shaking. I'm so nervous doing this. So the deal is, Brian and I have been together for 18 years, married for 12, but his family hates my guts. They always have. They are like hardcore Catholics, and all of them are just hardcore Catholics. I mean, like his dad would go to mass like every day before work. Like he would go to a 6 a.m. mass. I mean, these people are serious about being Catholic, and I respect that. If you're religious, that's good. I mean, everybody needs, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having some spiritual beliefs and all that, but I'm not really like as much religious. Like I grew up Baptist, and I mean, I haven't been in a Baptist church in so many years, I can't even remember. I just kind of got out of it. I believe because I don't want to get political or anything like that. I've tried to stay away from that as much as I can. But the fact is, there's just a lot of mean and hateful people where religion is concerned. And they think like the Bible gives them like an excuse to be really mean to people that aren't like them. I'm not, I'll just leave it at that. But let me clean up these brows a little bit with just my finger. They're looking a little bit messy, but yeah, so we've got our brows done, and they're sisters, not twins. My brows are just naturally not exactly the same, and one sits higher than the other, and it's just a hot mess. But anyway, his family has always hated my guts. And because I'm not Catholic and all that stuff, for starters, and then there was a lot of other issues. In 18 years, a whole lot of issues can come up. Y'all know, y'all aren't crazy. Just different things happen with family members, different rivalries, different people in families not having chemistry with each other. And his very youngest sister, and I just never liked each other. It's like from the minute we saw each other and met for the very first time, it's like I think both of us instinctually knew that we weren't going to be friends. We just knew it. And I don't mean to be laughing, because I know giggling annoys people. I've seen that in my comments too. Laughing sometimes annoys people. But we just knew we didn't have any chemistry. We've never liked each other. But her hate for me is much stronger than my hate for her. I mean, I think if she could get away with killing me, she would definitely do it. And they're the types that, like, she's got like the deer heads on the wall, and they've got like an arsenal of guns, and her husband, like his thing is hunting, and he goes off on these weeks-long hunting trips with his buddies, and I mean, they've got guns, and so I've just tried to like avoid her. So I'm not trying to get killed over Brian, my husband. I mean, he's not worth dying over. Anyway, but she hates me that much. So it's just a big combination of things. So for almost 3 years now, we have been, so what happened was, let me tell you a little bit of an extra story. We lived in a rental house one street over. Like his mom's house was not, Brian's mom's house was not the length of a football field away from us. That's how close we used to live. And she was always nosing around in our business and driving by to see what we're up to and who was over. And oh my gosh, it was just a mess. Well, finally, our landlord's husband died. And she's 80 years old, or was at the time. This was almost 3 years ago, or was at the time. And she just decided, she had several rental houses. And part of our lease was, oh, I'm putting on my last coat of mascara. And guys, this is another TEMU mascara. It's a dupe of the Maybelline Sky High, and it's such beautiful packaging. And I really like this mascara as a last coat because it is waterproof. So it makes everything stay in place. So, anyway, we had been in that house 11 years, and the lease said that we were supposed to have first dibs to buy it if she decided to sell it. But she did not respect that, and she sold it out from under us, and then just showed up one day and said, y'all have 30 days to move. I've sold the house. I've sold all my properties. And we were like, huh? And we got the lease out, and we were like, we were supposed to have first dibs to buy it. And I'm not sure if we really wanted to buy that house or not, but it would have been nice of her to offer it to, why is my light going off? Oh no, I just charged it. This Amazon light has not been very good. I would not recommend this to it. One side is, magnifying, and the other side is regular, and it charges, and I can charge this thing to death and it still won't last 30 minutes. This is like one of my worst Amazon purchases ever. But so we've got some mascara on. Okay, so but she already sold it out from under us, which really made us mad. So, but she told us we had to get out in 30 days, and we were like, oh, honey, no way. I told her myself, I was like, we have been in this house for 11 years, and we have accumulated a lot of stuff, and there is no stinking way we're going to be out of here in 30 days. I mean, we'll pay you another month or two rent while we get ready to move, and we will move, but we're not doing it in 30 days. Sorry. And she was okay with it because she knew that we had hit her with the truth about the fact that she was supposed to let us try to buy it first. So we had to scramble to move, and we didn't have time to try to buy anything that fast. We didn't even try to get into that. So we moved into this place, which is a really large apartment. It was the only one available in this complex, and if we were going to live in an apartment, we wanted to live in this complex because it's really nice and quiet, and but it is kind of pricey. I think we paid too much for this apartment, but anyway, it's 3 bedrooms, and my husband and I sleep separately. I sleep in the bigger bedroom. He has the smaller bedroom, and then the other room is an office where the computer is, and it's kind of like a catch-all room, it's sort of a junk room. I think we all have one, or at least a catch-all closet. So we moved in here, and then shortly after we moved in here, we decided that we should probably just split, that we probably should have gone our separate ways and before ever moving into this apartment. But I wasn't working at the time, and I have a lot of health problems, and he had made all these promises to me, and about taking care of me for the rest of my life. I wouldn't have to worry about working. But then it just all came to a head, and we ended up having a huge fight, and I don't know. We decided that we just needed to let this relationship go. We weren't really that, we got along, but we really weren't that happy with each other. But the deal is, so we've been separated, but still living together for nearly 3 years. Like sleeping apart, we hardly talk. If we do, it's just about like, do you need something at the grocery store? We don't talk that much. And, because we're basically split up, but still living together. And, what was I going to say? So I desperately want to move. I desperately want to move and get my own place. So I've been working on it this entire year or longer, and I'm hoping to be out of here before too long. I would like to be out by the end of the year. So, and I'll just take everything, all the furniture and everything is mine from my first marriage. Nothing in the house except his bed and his TV is his. So, but I'm not going to just raid everything. I'll leave him with some stuff, but most of it is mine. So I'll take what I want. We're going to have a huge yard sale and unload a bunch of stuff. I think next month in August, hopefully it'll cool down a little bit, and we're going to have a huge yard sale. We've got stuff in his mother's basement, and we're just going to unload a bunch of stuff and probably split the money from that, and that'll help me on my what's the word I'm looking for? Journey to move on. And yeah, so that's the deal. All right, guys, I'm going to pause this real quick and get a Q-tip to clean up my eyes, and then we'll do my face. Okay, guys, I'm back. I went and got some water and got a Q-tip, because I'm still waiting on my mascara to completely dry so I can flake off what got on my lids. It won't mess up my eyeshadow or anything, or if it does, I'll just touch it up. But yeah, that's the deal. We're unhappily together, but we're civil. We don't have any fights or anything. I don't think we fought since that one time we fought when we first moved in and decided we need to split. And yeah, we don't fight or anything, but we just have little to do with each other. We just sort of pass each other coming and going. And he goes and sees his daughter and grandbaby. They live in the Raleigh area. We live closer to Greensboro, and they live in the Raleigh area, which is like 2 hours away, down east of here. And yeah, and I see my son who lives in Greensboro, and I go down to see my son in Alabama, and my family down there. Oh, and what happened I forgot to tell my story about my older son. What happened was he followed a girl down to Alabama because he just wanted to get away from here anyway, and he happens to love it down there. I wouldn't, but I mean, it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but he loves it. He's made a lot of friends. He likes his job. He has his own place, and he and the girl he followed down there ended up breaking up because she had a serious drinking problem, and just a lot of things happened. She cheated on him, so they ended up breaking up. But he met another girl that he was working with, and they got together, and she already had 3 little girls. And I think back then, when he met her, I think she was actually pregnant with her 3rd, but the guy was already out of the picture. And yeah, her 3 daughters are with the same guy, but so they had Bella, then Riley, and then Ruby, the last one, and he was gone from the picture by the time Nick, my son, met her, and she was pregnant with Ruby. So Ruby, he basically raised from birth and considers her to be his, even though she's not blood his. So I consider them all my own granddaughters. But then after Ruby, they had a little boy, Damon, who's my little grandson, and he's so cute and sweet. I love to FaceTime with him. But he's one who, I have his picture, I've shown it before on my bedroom wall. But anyway, yeah, so he and that gal have now split up. They never did get married, but they've now split up, and they didn't even go through court. They settled on an amount he was going to give her for child support and all that stuff, and they settled out their own visitation between themselves. They didn't want to get involved with lawyers and all that. Since they weren't having to get divorced, they figured there was no point. They would just kind of make arrangements themselves, and they have, and it's worked out fine. But yeah, so he gets Damon, and when we go down to visit, he stays out of daycare for a few days. He'll start school in the fall, so it'll make it a little bit harder to get down there to see him, because he can stay out of daycare for a few days while we're there visiting, but it'll be harder once he's in school. So I need to go see him one more time before school starts back. But anyway, so that's that. Yeah, so I have that family down in Alabama, but most of my family is now here in North Carolina, what I have left. They're mostly dead. My mother's been dead for years. Her younger brother, her younger sister. She's just got one sister living, and that's my aunt. And we're fairly close. And but that's it. I really don't have a whole lot of family left. And my dad's people are in California, and he doesn't have much family left either. And yeah, so I'm kind of on my own in the world. I just don't have a big network of family. But it's fine. I've always been kind of a loner anyway. I'm a Taurus, and that's how we are. We kind of just do our own thing. But let me start working on this, getting this off, this little bit of mascara. Before I finish getting it off, I'm gonna start my face, because this video is gonna be way, way, way too long as it is. I have talked too long. The foundation we're gonna use is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD dupe. And guys, this is that TEMU dupe of the BK 109, the baby 101, and I'm going to use it to put my foundation on. Wait a minute, where's that other one I like better? Where's that other one? I have 2 of them. This is my favorite one. The bristles on this one are a little bit shorter and denser. It came from a different seller, and I really like this one. So I'm just going to squeeze it on here like a pump and a half. And I chose this one because it's the right color without me having to add anything to adjust it. At least, yeah, this is the right color. And I'm just going to start putting it on. But yeah, that's that. And I really want to move out. I mean, it's not torture living here with my husband, but, and the thing is, we'll never get divorced because he has really good insurance through his job and I have to have it. So we'll never get divorced, but I would like to move out and have my own place. So, you know, we could just both move on and start seeing other people or what have you. I need a little bit more for my forehead. And yeah, so we can start meeting people that would maybe make us happier, you know, instead of just kind of being in this limbo situation with each other. But yeah, that's all for that. And oh, somebody was asking me about the town I live in and whether I like it or not. It's okay. I don't have like real close friends here, but I do have some acquaintances. Like I go up to that, we have like a co-op brewery, and my husband and one of our friends was very involved in the opening of it and everything. And they do their own brewing there. I mean, they do everything. So all the beers on tap are their own beers, and they even make like some sweet flavored like alcoholic seltzers, which I'm not a beer girl, so I usually get the strawberry seltzer. And when I'm there, and you know, when I go up there, I usually know a lot of people, and I could just plop down with somebody on trivia night. And sometimes my husband actually goes to trivia night if he's not working. And we play trivia together and everything, and we talk to friends and people we know, and everything's fine. But we do need to move on from each other. All right, I got a piece of hair on my face. Okay. So I think I've got this foundation on okay. And I think I'm getting ready to go in with concealer. Yeah, I need some concealer. All right, so I'm gonna put that brush back for a second. And where did I put my concealer? Here it is. Y'all, I'm gonna try this new one that I just hauled that I thought might have been an old Kylie Cosmetics packaging dupe, but somebody in the comments told me it was Melt, which makes more sense because that does look like melting, but it looks like Melt is going out of business, y'all. I checked on the Sephora site and they have very little Melt stuff left, and what they have is on clearance. Yeah, this is a very peachy, like circle adjusting concealer. And I'm gonna use my little sponge for this. Why is my nose suddenly itching? Somebody must be cussing me. My nanny, my grandma was so funny. She would say, when your nose itches, it means somebody's cussing you. And I'm like, really? But yeah, so I've always said that. My granny was a hoot. I miss her so much. If I could bring somebody back from the dead, it wouldn't be my mother, it would be my grandmother. She was basically a mother to me. I spent more time with her than I did with my mom, who had a lot of issues, and just, her life was kind of chaotic. Which is why I stayed with my grandma so much, to have some stability. And I have smeared mascara everywhere, y'all. I have made total hash out of it, as my nanny would say. So I'm gonna have to go in there with that Q-tip. I'm still not sure everything is dry yet, but let me see. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more of this, that's foundation, the concealer. Where did it go? The concealer. Oh my gosh, this video is getting too long. I'm gonna put a little bit down here next to the nose where I have a few capillaries, and just a little bit more right there. Yeah, I like this concealer. It seems to be working out okay. I'll have to see how it looks at the end of the day, if it gets cakey or whatever. But yeah, not too shabby. And this TEMU sponge is really nice, y'all. It is really soft and squishy. I love it. I need to order some more of these because I know most of y'all probably watch Heather Otis. She's a real popular TEMU hauler, and she is just a mess. But she's always saying, y'all throw away those sponges quit using those sponges forever. Even if you wash them, they're like bacteria traps. And she's probably right, they probably are. But this is my first time using this one. I have a real beauty blender that I can't even remember where I got it. I can't even remember where I got it, but I've been using it, but I wanted everything I use today to be TEMU. So, but this works just as well as the real beauty blender I've been using. And I will not buy another one. I don't see myself ever buying another real beauty blender. It's just, that's just one thing that's not worth the money. In fact, that's a brand I see kind of going out of business soon, because it's just not necessary. $20, $25 for a sponge is just not necessary unless you just love wasting money. Okay, now I'm going to start with some cream products, which I think most of y'all are interested in. So I'm going to take this dark, scary looking, this is a Rare Beauty, and I've used a lot of it, boy. I can tell I'm starting to get it empty. I use it darn near every day, and I can see through the glass with this light and see it's almost empty. But I use this all the time, and yes, it looks dark and scary. But I'm going to put dots right here on my face. And up here, and up here, here. By my chin. Down the side of my nose. That looks terrifying, but it's really not. It's going to blend right out. All right, let me get another brush here. I'm going to use another Baby 101, 109, yeah, the 109 dupe. And I'm just going to gently, because you don't want to lift your makeup underneath your contour. You just want to gently blend it in. Like, I'm not putting much pressure at all. Just enough to get it blended out. Hey, see, I don't have a big old brown stripe. Let's see, I'll get this done. Just blend it out a little bit. And there we are. So that's done. Lord, I'm hot. I need to lower the air. I'm hot. Okay, now let's see what we can go in. Let's go in with some cream blush. And y'all, this is another TEMU. I can't remember what I said this was a dupe of now. It's escaping me. But I absolutely love this. I use this one darn near every day too. This is like a perfect neutral pink to go in as your blush base. And where did I put my other blush that I was going to use on top of it? My powder blush. I might have to run get it. But see, I'm just going to draw it on. See there? It's not that terrifying. And then just blend it out. Just gently, not too much pressure so you don't lift up what's under it. Don't want to lift your makeup. Don't want to lift your foundation or the contour you just put down. So you just gently blend. And there we are. We got blush on. But where's my powder blush? I know I had one. Y'all, let me get my powder blush that I was going to go in with on top of this. No, I don't see it anywhere. I don't know. If I did, it fell somewhere, which is par for the course for me, but I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I got my powder blush to go in over my cream blush. And I'm going to take a big fluffy blush brush. Let's see, where's one? Here's one. Here's a big old fluffy blush brush. And I'm just gonna, this is Gigi Rose. It's just some blush I hauled a while ago in the shade number 4. And it's just a pretty neutral pink. And I wear it all the time. All the time. And I just top I top my cream blush. there we are. We got blush on. Yay! Okay, what's next? Next, I'm going to go in with a lip pencil and do my usual routine of lining my lips. Guys, if I don't have that with me, I am really going to flake out. Oh, here it is. This is a lip pencil that's a very good dupe for Makeup Forever. And they are so dry. They are so dry. Okay. Okay, lip pencil's on. I know it looks a little bit dark and scary, but I'm gonna take this Lake Rain Plumping Lip Gloss. This is not the one, my nose itches. If my nanny's right, somebody is cussing me. Okay, this is the one that has a little tingle for about 5 minutes, but it's not the one that burns really bad, that has the chili pepper on it. Yeah, that has a little tingle. I don't think this one would bother most people. But I can already feel it. But yeah, I don't think it's so intense that it would bother most people. And all right, let's, let me grab my Q-tip. Where did I put it? Where did I put you Q-tip? There you are. And let me finish just trying to clean up this. Clean up this little bit of mascara that went on my lid. My little doggy's down here looking at me like, what are you doing? And why are you doing it in here? Aren't you supposed to be in the other room doing this? So yeah. Okay, so let's look at the eyes. Yeah. I think we're looking all right. This is about my typical makeup. Let's just put a little powder on to get everything set down. And I brought a little TEMU puff for my under eyes. And the powder I brought, where did it go? Again, I'm losing stuff. Oh man, I have paused this so many times to go get stuff. I really have. Where did that powder go? And I've got everything spread out to Kingdom Come. It's no wonder I can't find anything. Did it fall over in the chair? No. All right, I'm going to pause one more time and go get my powder. Okay, guys, we're back with our powder. This is just the last step. I'm about to put you out of your misery. This is almost over. And this is the one I've been loving. This is the TEMU dupe of the Makeup Forever powder. And I have put quite a dent in it. I'm not sure if you can see, but I have used the heck out of this powder. I have loved it. Let me get another fluffy brush, fluffy powder brush. Here's one. Just rub it on in there. And just set everything down. Just set it all down. Especially this T-zone, which is so, where I get so sway. All right, and I'm gonna set under my eyes with the puff a little bit. So when I have my glasses on, they don't make a huge mess. But all right, I put so much powder on, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of it off. I think I went a little bit overboard. I'm not sure if it's even all that hot today. I'm gonna take this blush brush and try to fix things back up a little bit. Sometimes you just have to go back in and reassess the situation and make sure everything's okay. Let me take this hairband off. Ugh. And I need to wash it. Does anybody put those hair bands in the wash? Tell me if you have. I'm just wondering if they survive or what. But yeah, my bun is kind of a mess and everything's kind of a mess. But yeah, let me just add a smidge more mascara and I think this face is done, guys. And normally when I'm not doing all this blathering, it does not take me that long to do this. I can do this in about 10 minutes. Let's see, a little bit more, just a tad bit more. And I think that's it. I think this is a wrap on this face, guys. We're there. We did it. We've got makeup on. Yay! And now you can see it's so easy. Makeup is not that scary at all. It's really not. Once you get used to it, it's just like riding a bike or anything else you do repeatedly. Driving a car, whatever. I mean, once you get your routine down, it is just so easy. And once you get the basics of putting eyeshadow on, it's just, all you basically do is just draw yourself in a gradient with shadow. Just make your lines and then just gently buff it out. And there you go. You got your eye look. But yeah, next time I do this, if y'all like this, if it's too long and torturous, this kind of video, let me know and I won't ever do one like this again. But if you want me to do one and do like a serious colorful eye look, I'll be happy to do it. Or I could just do a shorter one day where I already have all my other makeup on and I just do a colorful eye look since you've already seen how I do the rest of it. Y'all just let me know. But I tried to, it went off again. Amazon, I swear. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. I'm not going to ramble any longer. I hope I answered most everything. I probably went overboard answering and gave way too much information nobody cared about. But yeah, that's all I got for you. And I'll see you in the next one, most likely with a haul. All right, bye.